everybody. How's it going? You can't respond to this, but that's perfectly fine because it's now time for part 2 of the Janitors of the Saltpier Port. Yay! I didn't expect it to be a two-parter. It was supposed to be a one-shot. But, you know what? I'm not really complaining because I love these guys a lot. This group is amazing and I love you.
You
We
too.
love you too.
Yes, we love you too.
Ah!
My character may not be having a good time, but I sure as heck am having a great time. Like,
I still love how everybody towards the end of the last game is like, "Oh man, do I?" All right. Like, we headed into the general store.
No one's having a great time, but everyone's having a great time.
Everyone's having a time. That's what's important.
Exactly. That is what's the most important. With that being said, before I get to where we left off, why don't we go down the line?
okay, is that me again?
I think it's Atomic first.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because I changed my nickname so that Discord. Okay. Hi, I'm Atomic, and I'm playing Mac, who's a European snake.
Okay, now it's your turn, Deedee.
I didn't know. I thought you were saying something else. Hi, I
Oh, no.
am Deedee. Deedee Flowers, also known as Deedee, and I am playing a squishy frog who is a wizard. And he's not having a good time, but I am having a great time.
Well, I'm Dawn, and I am playing Luke, the incredibly done with this nobody.
He's so valid.
He's so dang valid, especially with what he's been through.
The worst time.
I'm Ollie, and I'm playing Turpin, who is tired. And also sorcerer.
Very tired, Bean. And I'm Frosty. I will be your DM today, as well as playing the tiny, apparently seemingly very pure and adorable, quote unquote, NPC Ajaxx McKellar. As well as the notorious Mar. Eventually, again. And I will also be busting out the kazoo again, eventually, too.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
You will all
Dear.
be haunted by the kazoo. It is the curse of the janitors of the Scrubbydubby Duckies. With that being said,
If this was a TV show,
go ahead.
go for it. No, I was just saying, if this was a TV show, our theme song would be kazoos.
Oh, it absolutely would. With all of that being said, we left off, I believe, fuck, where did we leave off? I know, I had said it in Gen chat. In Gen Talkie.
We just committed theft of the convenience store, and Luke was going upstairs to check stuff. And I think he rolled badly.
Yeah, I think he rolled a 5. Rolled a 5 for that.
Yeah.
So there's nothing for you to find up there, unfortunately. Unless you wanted to wait for everyone else to go around the place and possibly help you look and you're clean. But I think everyone downstairs is kind of focused on stealing and eating.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Turpin's kind of just broken and gone hog wild on the soda.
Dear God. Are you checking to make sure that the soda that you're drinking is not alcoholic?
No.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well, let me roll a d2 for you then.
Oh,
good.
no.
Oh good. Oh good. Oh great. Oh,
All right, so I'm gonna need you to roll me. Well, you know what? How many do you think that you've drank from the soda?
At least At least 3 sodas, I'm gonna say.
No.
Okay, so
What am I gonna have to roll?
okay.
Oh no.
So I need you to roll me one con saving throw real quick for me.
Okay. Whew, he actually has so much on bonus. Not that that's probably gonna save him, but you know.
We're off to a great start.
I'm actually gonna roll a d20 to see what the DC for that is. Okay. You pass. You're good. You're good. You're not feeling anything.
That's not honey you're eating.
Let me. That's not the person that I wanted to roll anything. You hold on. What? Hmm. Those of you who are not yet around Turpin, do you want to roll me a perception check to see if you can figure out what he's doing? Meanwhile, I'm gonna have Jackie roll an investigation.
Boy.
Yeah, I think. Okay. Okay. So currently everyone who is around notices that Turpin may have mistakenly snagged one of the not so friendly, I guess, or appropriate for work sodas. Does anyone intervene? Or you gonna let Jackie do that?
Everybody's gonna look at it and just going, not my business.
Alright, hold on then.
I mean, Philleapo's a
Everyone
little
is
bit
just in
jumpy.
stunned silence.
Please keep in mind, Turpin didn't know what soda was before today.
Yeah. I mean, Philleapo's just like thinking back to the like crazy whirlwind this Tiny Toon created just by trying to clean the windows, and I'm like, oh, I'm not getting involved with that. Nope.
Okay, so I guess Jack is the only one that is going to try to intervene. So are you practicing some kind of self-control or no?
Oh, is Turpin?
Yes.
No.
Oh dear God. All right.
Turpin's usually wound up pretty tight, so the fact that he's doing this now, I mean, he's kind of on that track until somebody stops him.
Okay. If you want to try to contest Jackie taking the bottle that's in your hand from you, roll me a contesting acrobatics check.
I'll go ahead and do that. I don't think Turpin would resist too much if he noticed, but I don't think he'd actually notice.
Alright. Jackie doesn't exactly have a great con. you fail anyways. Alright, Jackie successfully snags the bottle from you, and they pointedly just kind of like look at it and look at you before, I guess, kind of tossing it into the nearest trash can and signing, you might want to be a little bit more careful. Some of these are not exactly normal soda.
I may be a little dense, new around here, but what do you mean by not normal?
You know how, like, Real Kind have That weird stuff that they drink and they get all stupid.
What's the real kind?
It. I'm gonna roll something real quick. They pause for a moment and they're just looking at you. You want to make an insight check?
Sure. I am so sorry.
No, you are valid. This is hilarious. Okay, yeah, no, that works. They're kind of looking at Turpin like he's the dumbest mother pecker. They aren't sure how to explain that, but they eventually like muster up something, and they sign to you. They're every other race that is not a Toon kind or a Muppet born. You realize that you are Toon kind, right?
He just kind of claps his scarf hands together, but they're fabric. Just kind of do it like a whip. Because anyway, sorry about that. Maybe we should get back to work.
Like, I mean, I don't know like what I would roll for this, but like, I the player have a sneaking suspicion about something, and I kind of want to see if like Philleapo can figure it out. Like, I'm trying to determine if Turpin's a kid or if he is baby. Is he like? Can I roll for that? And how would I roll for that? Like,
given the fact that I myself am not sure,
I don't know if that would be insight or perception or.
I don't know the lore behind this.
Okay.
Which is, so I don't know if I can. Oh, hold on, 1 sec, 1 second.
Problem, like it, like again, like that was just like if Ollie, if you don't want me to roll anything about like for it, that's totally cool. Like that's just me, the player, being curious about something. Like,
Oh.
No, I think it'd be great if you roll. Or just the action.
Hold on, just a moment.
I should have clarified, I think, beforehand.
I wasn't born yesterday, it was 3 days ago. Thank you very much.
But if you wanted, back to this game, if you wanted to roll me an intelligence check.
do that.
I don't know if it'd be anything more specific.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I was gonna say like either like maybe perception or insight, but I don't know if that would apply. But oh dang it, I did not do that right. That's okay.
I can give you a choice of doing like an Arcana or a Medicine check.
Instead of intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
No, my intelligence is like a +4, and that's like about as high as it's gonna get. So, if you're cool with that, I'll do intelligence.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right.
Damn, that is a dirty 20. All right.
Good lord.
So, is that high enough to determine babiness, I guess?
Shit, I didn't ask how old Turpin was. That was it.
Hey Ollie, does that explain it?
Is Turpin baby? Is he baby?
Turpin is not but something's up.
Yeah?
I don't know how much I should explain there. Do you think that would kind of nail it?
Well, I think that depends on what you want.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and explain it because I think from Turpin not knowing what the hell a real kind is.
All right.
Turpin, you can tell that Turpin maybe doesn't remember a whole lot because stuff that we know that he doesn't. Like little bits of stuff like that. He just doesn't know how to deal with.
You cut off. I'm sorry, you cut off. What did you say?
Oh, he's dead.
Oh no.
No! I can't believe Ollie's pecking dead.
Ollie's internet.
Again.
Pecking killed him.
It killed Ollie.
No! Ollie lives!
Hey,
Sometimes I can still hear their voice.
I'm not dead. Turpin's not baby. Turpin is an adult, but Turpin also doesn't remember a whole lot. There's like little bits and bits and bops. What kind of phrase is that? There's little like things that you could notice like about him kind of going about his life that like he doesn't know certain like he didn't know what a real kind is. That kind of.
Basically, Turpin has amnesia.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah.
And the light bulb goes off. Like, oh, interesting.
What was that laugh?
So there's that little tidbit of lore.
I have discovered the lore.
You have discovered the lore. Cleaning. There we go. Jackie was walking back. Listen.
Sorry.
Listen. It's been a long day.
You're back.
I didn't get to actually sleep last night. I tried. I failed.
Oh no.
But I actually feel awake because I took like a 4-hour nap, so we're good. It's just my brain needs a little bit of booting up.
Here. I gave you the virtual pats.
So we're just in a general store, stealing instead of cleaning, and drinking on the job.
Yep. You know, just casually, as you do. I mean, at this point, I don't really think. I think it's pretty obvious. Jackie just does not care. You know, as long as we get our jobs done and we're not actually, you know, getting drunk on the job, I think we're good. Like, they think we're good. And so, like, they're just gonna, like, leave whatever's going on with Turpin. They haven't tried figuring it out yet. I don't know whether or not they're going to put it together. I'm not sure if it's one of those things where it's like it's not necessarily any of their business, really. They don't like people prying into their personal business. They're not going to do it to others. Too much so. Like they're drawing the line at what just happened. You gotta draw the line in the sand, man. You gotta look inside yourself and say, what am I willing to look into today?
I just completely flubbed that line.
No, you had it right, but I changed it for, you know, because they're trying to look into things, but yet also not. Like, what am I willing to look into today? Not pecking this.
Yeah, and literally only reason asked was because Philleapo remembered, oh, Turpin said he lived in a cupboard. Is he also baby living in cupboard?
That is a valid concern.
He's just tired in a cupboard. Don't worry.
Tired.
He's an adult.
Tired, confused being in a cupboard.
Everything about Turpin is completely confusing to Mac. He summons pecking tornadoes, he sleeps in a thing, doesn't know what a real kind is drinking on the job. Who is this person? Why did they get hired?
Listen, to be fair, Jackie can vouch for the fact that can at least vouch for the fact now that they didn't mean to drink on the job.
Eyes are just in his neck, like they're gone. Like he is somehow still piloting his body.
Don't even worry
so
about it.
embarrassed.
Poor thing.
Just kind of dancing along, like, all right, let's get cleaning and get away from that question.
Yeah, because I think Jackie has since just put that question aside and has moved on to trying to figure out what to clean, and probably stolen a couple of snacks and just shoved them in their hammer space by opening their mouth and just, plopping them in. They disappear into the void. The whole bag. Whole shebang.
Yes, plastic and all.
Yep. Of course. Looking around here, though, I think they, at the very least, find that there's really nothing to clean necessarily, other than to reorganize. What all they moved so that it doesn't look like people stole.
We'll see. I think Philleapo did, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. I just was gonna say, I think Philleapo did grab a bottle of water and just kind of handed it to Turpin. It's like, here, this helps. Like, just drink other liquids that aren't that. Help.
While Jackie might know what alcohol is, they've never actually drank any of it before. Any of the naughty soda. That's what I'm gonna start calling it now, is the naughty soda.
Naughty. So, that makes it sound even naughtier than booze, if that makes sense. You call it naughty soda?
It's the naughty soda, okay? They've not drank naughty soda, so they don't really know how to get rid of any of its effects. So go on. I'm sorry.
Turpin just unscrews the bottle and just dumps it into his neck. Presumably also on top of his eyes, but at this point he does not care.
Just hands him another bottle, just drink slower, okay?
As this is
into the void.
As this is going on, does anybody want to go upstairs with Jackie? Because now they are moving on to looking for any possible evidence for the lighthouse. Anything that can lead to clues. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there was. Who was it that got the key with the little lighthouse symbol on it?
That would be Luke.
Yeah.
Luke's the one with the keys. To the lighthouse, at the very least. So. Which is awesome.
Important thing, at least.
Very important. Is anybody following Jackie up to meet up with Luke?
Mac will follow.
Alright. If you want to roll an investigation with me, then let's do so. As Ajaxx goes up and starts to look around, they do wave to you, Luke, and ask if you found anything.
Found anything.
You didn't?
Oh, well, that was the wrong chance.
Unfortunately, no.
Invalid.
I almost did the same thing.
Well, it happens. And no one really finds anything. Perhaps that could be because there wasn't really anything to find in here.
I mean, was it at least clean in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not even anything to dust. Luke's just gonna nod at everyone and head down, I guess.
Actually, Philleapo, you got a 15. Wait. Atomic, was that your
That
investigation?
Was, investigation.
Oh, heck. So you both kind of like, no, it wasn't really that nobody, like, there wasn't anything there. It was more so that I was trying to get us to assume that there was nothing there because I didn't think that anybody had met the DC. That is my fault. I apologize. Brain is scrambled. But 2 of you did meet the DC. Heck!
Yes.
Okay. You both find a God dang it, what is it? Okay, back to biz. What is it that I had wanted? God, brain, why are you like this? Oh, yes, there we go. You guys find a funeral invite.
Oh.
Concerning at all.
A funeral invite for, of course, Gerald Lewis Moody.
The Cabbage guy?
The Cabbage guy.
Those illegal cabbages got him.
They were his downfall.
Oh, no.
Doesn't say how, but it just says that you are invited to attend the funeral. It does state that he was around 99 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, the guy lived a long time. And the date for the funeral was 15 years ago.
That's a hot bit.
Yeah, it is a hot bit.
Does it say who the funeral was for?
Oh, yeah, it's the Cabbage guy. Gerald Lewis Moody.
Oh, right, I thought I was inviting him.
No, it was inviting people of the town, particularly whoever lived at the general store, to attend his funeral.
God, dead man's cabbages.
It seems pretty well hidden, to be honest. If you look at it hard enough, you can probably tell that it was kind of stuffed. Not necessarily carelessly, but it also didn't really seem like anybody wanted to look at it. You know what I mean? It was put where you would assume papers would be, where you don't want to look at them ever again.
Not a popular guy then, huh?
He is kind of the guy that yelled at Cloud.
Oh.
This town's equivalent of the old man that yelled at Cloud. Oh, honey.
Oh, no.
But with that, you do have the option to start heading down to the lighthouse now, because Jackie is looking at the time and messing with their keys. Checking the window and make sure that Mara's not coming out.
Oh yeah, no, we've not got our uniforms on.
Yeah, no, we don't.
Yeah.
It's gonna turn into a stealth game.
I don't know.
Turpin's got his uniform on, but I think
Turpin...
it's only one.
Possibly. if we all go outside, I think Jackie's gonna stop at the van and explain, like, hey, since we're done cleaning now, I think we should kind of put. It's unfortunate, I know, I'm sorry, but we do need to put our uniforms back on. If Mar comes out, if we get back before Mar and she comes out and we're not in the uniform, or if we come out and she's here before us and we're not in the uniform, then I don't really know how upset she's gonna be, but I don't really want to find out either. So.
God.
Yeah.
Oh God, life just flashed before Luke's eyes. He just lived through the entire car ride, but at even louder volume because she's yelling now.
Oh no.
So, I'm gonna let you guys go first, because you guys are new. You don't really. If Mark comes out, well, you guys are in there getting changed. It's not like it's gonna bother me none. I have dealt with her for over a year now. She can't say anything that'll hurt me in a way that matters. In a way that I give enough of a peck about.
You fungal piece of shit.
I was trying to take a sip of my soda when you said that.
I'm so sorry.
You're fine. Just imagine Jackie starting to like cough a little bit because they were sipping their soda. They heard that.
That was so quiet. That was passion.
It was amazing.
The delivery just killed me. Like...
He marred that to himself, but he's like, oh my, he's like flopping about. He's like, no, I'm so sorry. He's making Jackie cough.
I think once they're done coughing, you can tell that they are very much so laughing.
Oh. Okay.
Alright, let me, roll something real quick. Alright, they keep their composure pretty well. Not great though, so let me grab something really quickly. It's not anything bad, so no need to worry. But I will let you guys know that... So you're gonna learn something about Jackie here. Now that you can actually see the majority of their feathers or ink and stuff like that, more so their feathers, it should be easier for you guys to tell their emotions. Because they go from this color, and if you click on it, you can see the name of the file.
Oh.
To this color.
Aww.
Yeah.
So there, y'all got that going for you.
And we're learning lore.
Yeah.
You were learning lore.
Oh. Oh. Speaking of lore, I know I've been talking a lot this game, but
we love to see it.
The whole time, like, ever since the dust cloud, Philleapo, you know, he's blue.
Mm-hmm.
Blue with black spots. But after the dust cloud, he just looked. And it's because he's kind of based off those squishy, like those sticky hand toys. So he's just like, anytime he gets dirty, it's like he's just gonna look like that.
Oh
So he takes
goodness.
a bath.
Poor
Oh
thing.
no.
Yeah, that is his actual color palette right
Oh.
now.
Why be a janitor?
Oh, buddy.
He needed the money. Like,
Become a janitor, they said. It would be fun, they said. It would be nice and relaxing, they said.
Clearly, none of them have ever been janitors.
the hours would be nice, they said. We'd get benefits. Ah.
Hey, you do actually get benefits. You have your health care and you have your dental, and all of that's covered.
Yeah, he needs that. He needs that desperately.
Another good thing that I won't spoil exactly, but when you get back, you're gonna have some a really great time, and I mean that genuinely.
Oh dear.
No, I mean it genuinely. There's gonna be some fun stuff for when you guys get back to the office.
Better.
Okay, we gotta get back into these god awful uniforms though.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that does mean that you guys do have to get back into those really, really just top-notch designed rubber duckling
Oh boy.
uniforms. So, Jackie's letting you guys go first
Nice.
so that in case Mar comes out, they take the brunt of the blame. So, one at a time, you guys go in. Eventually, Jackie goes back in. Nobody sees Mar yet. Which is the unfortunate reality of being the CEO, is that you have to deal, like, she usually takes direct action with the clients and everything so that we don't have to deal with it. Which is a good thing for when you just don't want to deal with people sometimes. Anyways, once everybody is changed and everything.
Oh yeah, Mac still has that hat that he used for the fish, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you do, buddy.
Oh, he's as soon as he took out his old hat, he just realized his mistake and just had to slowly put it back on, like cringing the entire time.
Oh, honey. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, bud.
If you, like, as we're going down towards the lighthouse, passing all the buildings that we just cleaned and through the town square and all of that, you do have the option to ask Ajaxx to, like, spray it. Because remember that they can do that.
But you also forget that he will not say things as to not make a problem.
But
He's just gonna silently
saying
suffer.
not saying things is a problem. It's okay though. Jackie hasn't quite learned that lesson yet either, so.
Good lord.
It's okay, we all have vices or lessons or whatever you want to call them. I don't know. What does vices even mean? I don't actually know the meaning of that word. Hold on.
Like addictions or like things you are tempted by. But like not addictions, like
Immoral
strong
or
addictions.
immoral or wicked behavior. You know what? Never mind. That's not what. That is not what I thought that word meant. All right.
Mac is cursed with overly polite.
Okay, so
Oh
we
no, I didn't
all
want to
have
cause
our
a fuss.
lessons that we need to learn. That's a better way to put it. Anyways, as we go down to the lighthouse, we have to go up a hill, so I want everyone to make a con check.
Dear.
All right, Jack, you got a nat 1. You
Oof.
love to see it.
What was my?
When you do a straight check, do you add the modifier?
Yes. The only reason
Okay.
why I'm not adding a modifier is because Jackie does not have a modifier to their constitution.
Right.
It's got a.
I'm tempted. I'm tempted to do it at disadvantage because of the smelly hat.
If you want to do it, then I say go for it.
Yes. Okay, that didn't make a difference.
So, all right. Ajaxx and Philleapo both are winded. I think Ajaxx is actually having a really hard time.
Little legs.
Little legs, but also they kind of like they're something's off about the way that they're moving. Something's a little off. How best to describe it is their frames are kind of weird. There's something wrong with their frames.
Would any of us notice?
That depends. Do you guys look back?
For an insight.
Oh, I am so rolling. I'm so rolling. What do I need to roll?
If you want to try and figure out what's going on with them, I would need you to make a medicine check. If you think you may have possibly encountered something like this before, then you can make it at advantage, but I will need to hear a argument for it. Oh, oof, Luke.
Oh,
Luke knows nothing.
Luke didn't even look behind.
Oh.
Pun not intended. Come on.
Turpin.
Yes.
Would Turpin actually know anything about this? About tune kind illnesses or diseases?
I don't think he would, but I think he'd be able to at least figure out, like, something's up that I'm not going to pry into, but something's up.
Yeah. You notice that there is really something weird about, like even with that 19, if you don't know
That's fair.
much
fair,
about
yeah.
tune kind illnesses, you at least notice very much so that there is really something weird going on with how they're moving. I'm gonna go ahead and say that the DC was at the very least a 10, because since it has to do with their frames, that would be pretty obvious. Philleapo and Mac, would the two of you know anything about tune-kind illnesses?
Maybe like Philleapo would know like the basic stuff. Like he would know like the he would know like the common cure. Like he would know like the home cures for the common cold and like you know the those kind of things. Like, but I don't think he would know like enough to basically treat himself and like people he cares about.
Do you think
like-
he would at least know how to identify? Or possibly identify?
I guess it would depend if it was something he. This might not be helpful, but I guess it would depend if it was something he'd seen before. Or it was similar to something he'd seen before? Like if it was like, oh, this looks a lot like the I can't remember what it's called, but it's the thing that happens when the color of a tune is off. It's
Mm-hmm.
been talked about in a couple of the Star Trio games, I
Mm-hmm.
think. Yeah, so he would know like the symptoms of that. It's like, oh, that's not good, and like
And keep in mind,
I don't-
this has something to do with their frame, so basically how they move.
I think so. Yeah, I would say yeah.
All right, Mac, what about you?
Well, Max kind of always had like an interest in medicine, but he's never like properly studied it. So he'd know like obscure facts about really rare conditions that you like read for fun, but nothing useful about identifying or even treating it.
All right, that's fair. Luke, I could probably give you advantage. Do you think Luke would know anything about things like
Oh
that?
God, no, he knows absolutely nothing.
All right,
He would not have a clue.
that is entirely valid. So, Mac and Philleapo, um, both of you see the same thing that Turpin noticed, that there is something really weird going on with their frames. It doesn't look right at all. Philleapo, well, you know what? Screw it. Both of you. Both of you can kind of tell, though, that it looks a lot like not just one, but two different illnesses at the same time kind of acting up.
Boy.
One is,
Oh no.
if you would know anything about it, I will go ahead and tell you guys for the audience as well, listening in. They do have skipping frames disease. So, whenever they get kind of stressed out, that it usually acts up. And they also have chronic, what is it? Chronic frame rate palpitations. I believe that is what it was. Frame rate palpitation syndrome. Yeah, that.
Dear.
So, for whatever reason, it's those two at the same time seem to be giving them a really hard time. But eventually, everyone does make it up the hill. They make it up there like maybe a good 10 minutes after you guys. And they do request that we take a breather. Because they
Fine.
are panting.
That is
Of course.
so fine. That is 112% fine with us.
Luke's actually gonna hand over the water bottle he got earlier.
Oh.
Aww.
Please.
A bit hesitantly, because, again, you guys are new to an extent. They do take it. And let me see if there is anything that I can... There's a specific color for that. God dang it, that's not what I wanted. Yes, there is. They go from that, because during the entire walk they had been that color. To this.
Respectfully, high five. High five, not a hug. No touching, but something.
And to that. So they extend their flipper, sort of, because they're not really sure why they're high-fiving, but they appreciate that you asked. So
Oh, I meant that like not in character, but you know what? Turpin would just be like
Oh!
trepidation. Like, I don't know how to handle this, but here's a high five, even though I don't even have a hand.
They awkwardly kind of give you a high five because they appreciate that you asked first, and they drink the water and they sign a thank you to you, Luke, because they appreciate that too.
he just nods like, yeah, cool, you're cool, and goes about his business.
While they are relaxing, trying to catch their breath and whatever, you can use the key on the lighthouse.
Ain't gonna do that.
The rest of you, if you would like, you can make a perception check around the lighthouse because, hey, there's some stuff out here. And Luke, when you're done with the unlocking of the lighthouse, you can also give me a perception check, which you can literally do now if you want. There we go.
Yeah, it was the 13.
I mean, that pretty much beats the DC, so you good. Let's see.
2 22s.
Heck yeah. That is amazing.
Perceptive lads.
Very much so. It's wonderful.
We deserve it after last night time.
We do. What you guys notice around is that there is it is on the lighthouse is on basically a giant cliff. So you got to be careful with the edge. But the lighthouse itself also has a house, like an actual home, attached to it. So it's not just a lighthouse, it's a lighthouse. It's a light home. And in that light home, or not in, but like around the light home, there is a garden. And I'm guessing you can probably guess what is in that garden.
The illegal vegetables.
The illegal vegetables. There are a lot of them are pretty dead looking because they haven't been fertilized or harvested and they've been through the weather and all of that fun stuff. There's also some different vegetables and things like that. Whoever lived here grew their own food. And there's also a rack in the little front yard that is in front of the door. I'll have to actually draw it out at some point. But there is a kind of rack where some old rotten fish are hanging. It's safe to assume that those were there because they were curing them to be eaten. But obviously it has been way too long and they have since gone spoiled.
They fit with everything else around here then.
Yeah, pretty much. There's some ivy vines and things like that growing along the sides, and it is an old stone building. Like, it's a really cute kind of lighthouse. But it is very much so weathered and it hasn't been lived in or touched pretty much at all since whoever owned it abandoned it or died or whatever. We don't know. Outside of that, you do that is what you guys see at the base. Philleapo, you find the headstone of Gerald Lewis Moody over to the far side, close to the back of the house. Mac and Turpin, in the top windows, you both see something move from one window to the next.
We got a live one.
A live one what?
I don't know, but a live one of whatever it is.
Luke, maybe don't unlock that door.
It is the
Sorry,
upstairs window, by the way. The upstairs window, so.
Yeah, he'd already unlocked it before anyone made the check. I'm sorry.
You know what? Valid.
That is entirely valid. That is what I
So-
said to do.
What floor was it on?
It was on the second floor, which would be the top floor of the house bit of the lighthouse.
Right. So
Biggish or smallish?
You aren't sure. It just looked like movement.
Probably just a mouse then. Like, Philleapo's not gonna worry about it.
Alright.
We've already had an encounter with a mouse. Do you truly think that this is going to go any better?
Maybe.
And Luke just gives you the most deadpan look he can.
Why are you the second person to look at me like that today?
Well, Jackie eventually stands up. They do look to be doing a little bit better. Let me see how much better that they're doing. Okay, you know what? I lied. Never mind.
Take advantage. People give you a high five and water.
That is true. Alright, well.
Of course.
No,
the dice has spoken.
Dice Parser has spoken. I guess, you know, fuck Jackie. God, they are having a time. This really does come before a certain thing. Wow, do they look so goddamn tired. But they're pushing through it anyways. And they
Kids.
sign to all of you. Alright, do you guys want to explore the lighthouse first? Or the house part of it?
I'd check out whatever was.
Go ahead.
Oh,
So what were you wanting to check out first? Oh,
Oh,
There you go.
can't believe Ollie's pecking dead again. Ollie's pecking dead. Part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
sometimes I can hear them reconnect.
Ollie! Hello!
sorry, that took me out.
No, you're
I
fine.
was gonna... Sorry, like Discord being kind of I was just saying Turpin would be like, I think we should check out whatever was moving. Maybe.
Alright.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm down with that. Are the rest of you?
I could go up and take a look if you guys want.
I'm not really comfortable
Yeah,
with anyone
alone.
going in alone if there's something moving up there. I mean, it
Yeah,
might
but
be
they
a
might-
mouse, but you never know.
It's all the rules.
The cause of death was for Mr. Cabbage Man?
With the information you guys have given me, we don't know the cause of death.
Oh dear.
As far as we're aware, it's Cabbages.
Yeah.
Old age.
Yeah.
Yeah, or old age. I mean, y'all said that the guy was 99. I don't think I've met anybody yet who's lived to be that long. That old. Well, actually, no, I know like one person, but we don't talk about that guy. Everything is fine. So I guess we're checking out the house first. Alrighty.
Maybe let's do this quietly, just in case it's something, dangerous.
Yeah. Can't guarantee that I can be that quiet. And they kind of like lift up their talons. And they're looking in, and it's cobblestone flooring in there. So they're kind of just looking up at all y'all like, sorry. Sorry in advance.
Click, clack,
Luke just
click.
looks at them and gestures at his whole crutch situation. He's not gonna be much quieter.
See, this is why Mac wanted to try and go in alone.
There is safety in numbers, though, and I think that is something that Jackie would not allow to. Would not allow.
Yeah.
Alright, so everyone roll me a stealth check.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no plus in this guy.
Better.
Oh boy, I think as a collective, we all doing pretty good.
The one instead of the exclamation point.
It happens, no worries.
Misspelling in chat.
As a collective, we
Hey.
did great!
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It's them sticky feet. Like,
Alright.
it's the frog feet. The quietest of the feet, I guess.
Alright. So, as you guys are
Really
going
good.
in, it is pretty dark in here. Once you get about 5 feet in the door, it gets to be about what you would think would be, what is it? Dim light? And then about 10 feet past that, it gets to be, too dark for you guys to see at all. Because, believe it or not, there aren't actually a lot of windows in this house, surprisingly. At least not in the room that you're in.
So much for a lighthouse.
Well, you guys are in the actual house part of it. So,
Oh,
I mean, I
he's
don't
dead.
think it's a light house. It'd be pretty heavy to pick.
does anybody have a
That's all you
light?
get is
Nice.
a tie.
Does anybody have a what?
Does anybody have a light? Or a way that you guys can see a little better?
I mean, let me see. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say I have fireball, but I don't think that lights up things. I think it just hurts things.
Oh my god. Please don't fireball inside here.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, you could fireball. There's probably some old, musty, kind of gross, like, furniture in here. Because it does smell kind of moldy and gross. It does smell like it's taken a lot of weather. Probably been through a couple of floods. Things like that.
But are we really ready to burn this place down for light?
Knowing like this party's luck with spells, I'm not gonna risk it. Like,
Alright.
Appreciated.
Well, on
Does
the
Turpin
bright
have any
side,
light producing stuff?
I mean, we have to. What about a?
A torch? If you have a torch, you
Yeah.
can use that. Because Jackie has a tinderbox.
Oh, sweet. Then Turpin, knowing his luck, is just gonna take the torch and hand it over.
Alright. Jackie is going to
Maybe.
use their tinderbox to light that mother pecker up. And let's see how well that works. Just roll a random d20. Alright, it works fine. They don't get a very good light at first. It's a small one. But it lights up enough for you guys to see. What you guys see is the living room, as well as the kitchen. It's kind of in an L shape. It's obviously a closed off floor plan, so what's separating the living room and the kitchen is a small archway. It's quaint. It's got, old kind of country-esque cabinets, and obviously, I said the floor was made out of like cobblestone, so you do kind of get that little click clack click clack if you walk. If you're like Jackie and you have talons or mobile aids and stuff like that, and shoes, shoes.
In shoes.
You're a coward and you're not going barefoot. And in the living room, you do see some musty old couches that are very much so covered in water damage. It's just kind of gross. Like, the whole place really could use it needs a touch up. It needs desperately to be cleaned. Like, whoever ends up owning it next, if we find the deed, should probably just gut the whole thing and replace what needs replacing and clean it and just deep wash it.
And then maybe Fireball wasn't a bad idea.
Yeah, maybe Fireball was not a bad idea.
Yeah.
As they lead you through it, though, there is also a bathroom past, like, the the freaking words. A bathroom and a closet to the left when you go into the living room from the kitchen. And once you go past those, there is a back door directly ahead, but to the left of the back door, there is a set of stairs. Do you guys want to investigate here, or do you want to go upstairs?
I say we investigate here.
Yeah, just-
Yeah.
Alright. So, everyone, you want to pick a room, and then we can investigate together?
Alright.
So, so down the line, Mac, where do you want to investigate? What room?
Probably bathroom,
Alright.
just to get over and done with, because it's probably awful and disgusting and ooh.
Oh yeah, it is absolutely awful and disgusting. There is mold in the toilet and the bathtub and the sink. The walls are clearly water damaged, and you can assume there's mold on that too. Yeah, it's gross. Deedee, where do you want Philleapo to investigate?
I'm sorry, like I'm literally just I'm literally blanking. I just blanked out on the rooms. You said the bathroom, the upstairs.
Nobody's going upstairs yet, but that's because I think we all want to go up there as a collective, so we're
Yeah.
investigating downstairs
Yeah.
first. So
I don't want to split the party.
So downstairs we have the bathroom where Mac is at the moment. We have the living room, we have the kitchen, and we have the closet that's in between the bathroom and the stairwell.
But we'll do the kitchen then.
All right, Luke.
See.
Luke?
Okay, yeah, sorry, I couldn't hear anything for a minute there.
Oh no, you're fine.
Luke's gonna go for the storage closet, I guess.
All right. And Turpin. You cut out there, Ollie.
Turp's heading for the closet.
All right. So we got 2 people in the closet. We we got Mac in the bathroom, and we got Philleapo in the kitchen. I think that leaves for Jackie. They are going to check the living room. Everybody roll me an investigation.
Oh, I'm gonna see so much mold.
God.
It would help actually hit. Say, oh.
Good
Oh
lord.
my god.
Ace.
Wow.
The dice really like.
Investigation, right?
Most of us.
It's really good.
The dice are like you have to perceive all the mold to do.
Oh, gee, thank you, Dice.
Oh.
Well, hope there
I
wasn't
know,
anything in
from
that closet.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully there really wasn't anything besides an old coat in that closet. It is an old, kind of musty coat. It's got some holes in it from where you can assume moths have been and eaten through it. But good news is that you can investigate that coat if you wanted to. However, I'm going to move on to the other people first before we go back to the coat.
Ooh.
Jackie has the next lowest number. So I will get to that later. Going down the line. So, Mac, you don't really find much in the bathroom outside of just so much disgusting mold. Dear God, this place has been doused in water from something. You don't know what.
Ugh.
And God, the mold is really everywhere. But as you look through the cabinets and the drawers, you at the very least find, God, what is it? I had a list of things that were in the entire place. Yes, of course. You find a picture. A really old, moldy picture. It's kind of hard to decipher.
Oh.
But it looks like... I don't know if a moldy picture is really salvageable, but I'm going to go ahead and say that in that picture you see 2 people. one that looks like a kinda. It's a really small penguin, you can tell that much. And a weird blue blob. The other person is like the picture is so damaged that you can't really tell what that is, other than it just looks like a blue blob because of the amount of mold and water damage. But vaguely speaking, the first person in the photo very vaguely looks like a penguin.
Right. I'm gonna keep that with me.
Philleapo,
Yeah.
you find, God, what is it? You find another set of keys. It has a little boat on it.
Interesting. I'm trying to remember. Huh.
And that is
Can I-
all the context that I can really give you on that. What? Go ahead.
I was like, wait, I was just trying to remember from last week. Like, was there a boat in like part 1 that I'm forgetting about?
No.
Okay.
You just got a free boat.
Yeah. Like finders keepers, I guess. And he's
Free boat estate.
he's just gonna go, huh? And then just kind of put that in his hammer space, like for now.
All right.
Maybe. I mean, if it becomes important, it'll come back to bite him later. He's not gonna worry about it now.
We'll burn that bridge when we come to it.
Yes.
There are
That's a
initials
future
on.
problem.
There are initials on the back. At least you think they're initials on the back of the little keychain. It says DC.
Oh.
All right.
Interesting.
The rest of us, back to Turpin and heck, Turpin and Luke. There we go. I can't remember things today. If you want to investigate the coat, go on ahead.
Of course.
Given that it's a coat, I'm going to go ahead and give you both advantage.
Thank you.
There's only so many places that something could be hiding.
Yeah. That is wonderful.
Oh, hey, we just completely swapped.
Well, since I gave you both advantage, we're taking the higher one of the numbers.
You both checked a pocket, then checked the pocket the other person's already checked.
Well, the good news is that you both find something individually. Luke, you find another set of keys. This one has a different colored lighthouse keychain. And on the back, it again says James Judd. Ollie, you find an odd piece of paper. It seems to be an incident report, but it is very badly damaged and weathered. If you want, you can roll me an investigation again. If you show it to Luke, then you both can roll investigation, and since you two are doing it together again, I will once again give you advantage. However, you can also bring it to everyone else, which I'm going to speed by saying that everyone else is already in the living room meeting up with Jackie, so that we can all roll investigation together. if you show it to them.
Yeah, let's show that, just in case someone else has better luck than us.
Turpin's just like, I found a thing. Weird paper?
May I see that?
Sure. Incident
Luke's
button.
gonna
Hard to make out.
take it and sort of squint. And
I am giving Jackie advantage because they would know about this.
So gonna roll investigation.
Rolled a 3, so Turpin's not receiving anything.
Okay, so the only 3 people that get it out of the entire party is Ajaxx, Luke, and Mac. All 3 of you zero in on the name James Judd being the person who signed it, and what looks like the name of a ship, and the name of the ship is the Drifting Cube.
Drifting Cube.
Mm-hmm.
D.
Well, it's certainly on point.
He's gonna like. Philleapo's gonna actually like take it out of his hammer space, which means I get to roll a d10. Oh, it's a d20.
I believe it is a D10 to see if you can pull it out of your hammer space successfully, and if you get a 1, you have to roll the D20. Okay, so you pull it out of your hammer space successfully.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Oh. And he just like pulls out the key. It's like digital cube, DC. I found this set of keys in the kitchen. Must be for the boat, or for whatever the digital cube is. I think it's a boat.
The Drifting Cube is indeed a boat.
Digital cube.
The Drifting Cube.
Yeah, drifting. I know why I said digital.
It's okay.
Ah.
If anybody looks at Jackie, because they are absolutely looking at this incident report curiously, if you want to make an insight check, go ahead.
Oh boy. I think we are about to learn about more lore.
Lord, die.
Lore?
What? Dawn, was that you banging
Personal stuff,
on?
Luke has just got nothing.
You guys have like. You guys now see Jackie's colors. I think you all get advantage if you want.
I'm gonna take that.
Yeah.
The collective,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna take that.
I'll keep that. I'll keep that. 17.
Oh, hey, that's better. 17.
Okay. So. Alright. It's unfortunate, and I'm so sorry. Everyone but Luke. God, I'm so sorry, Luke. Dice Parser, why are you like
He is
this?
busy staring at the paperwork still.
Paperwork interesting. Ooh.
He's still trying to make out
This
some of the
thing.
details. Fuck would know how to read.
You guys all see Jackie turn to that color. If you look at the file name, it says unsettled. Jackie isn't really sure what to make of it, but from their like expression and things like that, it isn't necessarily great. But they do sign eventually that this is a ship that my grandfather had. Why are the keys here, and what is this doing here?
I also found this photo, and then Mac's gonna take the photo of his hammer space. Okay, he's gonna hack up the photo
Of the blob people.
of the blob. Yeah, the blobs.
They look at that and they're not entirely sure what to make of that, to be honest. It really does to them just look like a bunch of blobs. I will unfortunately say that they are going to ask Philleapo for those keys.
He's just gonna give it to him, like, because it's like, yeah, this is a family thing, and he's honestly still a little bit scared of Jackie, like still a little bit intimidated. So I was like, yeah, sure, whatever you say, boss.
Besides, the boat's sunk anyway.
Yeah, it's like what am I gonna do with the boat anyways? I live in an apartment.
I never said that this boat sunk, by the way. This is just an incident report.
Oh.
So thusly it happened
Oh.
on the boat. That is why the boat
Oh.
is mentioned. If you want to see if anything happened to said boat, you can roll me an investigation again on the paper.
Would do that. Because I'm curious. Oh.
Ooh.
Mm. Oh, that
Oh,
nat
hey.
20 from Luke!
Nice.
All that studying the
This
paper
is his
paid off.
domain.
It really did. So nobody else but Luke actually gets this. But you see that in the description box, even though it is very badly damaged and it is in very old ink, you see vaguely in one of the sentences, vessel trapped in ice.
Vessel trapped in ice. And he's actually gonna say that out loud, like he's reading it.
Trapped in ice?
Trapped in
Is that
ice.
a common thing for boats?
No, especially not the class in which the drifting cube, from what I was told, was. The drifting cube, along with the ship that I grew up on, is an ice class ship. It's uncommon for an ice class ship itself to actually get trapped in ice, considering they were built specifically to break ice and lead the way for other vessels.
That would explain why there's an incident report for it.
It would. And with that nat 20, I will also give you the date. This happened in November 25 years ago.
25 years ago.
So November 25 years ago. The day number is unfortunately lost, and honestly, the year is kind of weird and wobbly as well, but you can at least make out the vagueness of it, so you're pretty sure it was 25 years ago.
Interesting. He's actually gonna flip it over, see if there's any other details that might be important.
The back of the page is admittedly too muddled up to have anything of value.
Does it by chance give us a location where it was last?
No.
Worth a shot. Well, he's definitely gonna. Well, he's gonna offer it to Ajax since they're the boss. But if they don't take it, he's going to pocket it for the boss.
I think they do, and they stuff all of that in their own hammer space. And then they pull out from their hammer space, if they can. Let's see if they do. Alright, they do. Another paper. The paper that they pull out. God, what is it? Is not a deed or anything like that, which is unfortunate. It is a map. And it is a map of Inkwell. And because of time, we unfortunately do not have the ability to make anything with that yet. So let's take a 15-minute break if you want.
Okay.
Okay.
Break time.
That being said, before we get the chance to even investigate the map of Inkwell, I don't know. You all kind of get jump scared by a ghost. Boom.
Oh dear.
And he says, "Well, hello there. How are we doing today? What brings you here to the lighthouse?" And give me just a second. Oh,
This really is
okay.
Scooby-Doo.
Okay, so 1d20. Well, isn't that just a thing that happens? Oh, yep. Jackie swings at the ghost, and the ghost is just like, "Ah, hey, excuse you!" And of course, their flipper just goes through it. But still, the ghost seems surprised, and Jackie does not look pleased at this at all.
A ghost. Okay, there's a ghost here. All right.
Well, yes, indeed, there is a ghost, and he kind of like does this little squiggly thing where he's just like turns upside down and then back around to emphasize the fact that he is definitely a ghost floating in front of you.
Quick Constitution.
If you want to roll a Constitution check, yeah, go ahead.
I want to see how he handles this.
Same, I'm gonna do that.
Go ahead and roll me
Yeah.
a Constitution.
Oh,
Y'all handle it just about as well as Jackie does. Oh dear God!
Turpin rolled a 16. He screamed when Max surprised him.
Oh God!
We have two nat ones, a 2 and a 16.
chorus of shrieking.
Hecking course.
Max, all color is lost from Mac from that.
Oh, you and Jackie both.
Leaps into someone's arms, a la Scooby-Doo. Like,
Who would you
Luke
say?
just goes real stiff for 2 seconds and then just sort of schlump.
Oh no. Ah, okay, well, y'all are real loud, aren't you? Ooh, goodness.
You're dead!
Yes, we've established this. I'm pretty sure at least one of you saw my headstone out there.
the entire cage.
When you guys are ready to stop screaming, we can continue this conversation. Because I'm actually really curious as to why you decided to come to the lighthouse this time. I don't get many visitors. I haven't gotten visitors in 15 years. Actually, no, I didn't have. Last time I had. When was the last time I had visitors? Let me see. Let me try and remember when the last time I had visitors at all. Oh, good God, that was. That was 24 years ago. It's the last time I had a visitor. It's been a while. You guys are people. How you doing? You done screaming yet? Is this one dead? And he's pointing down to Luke and she's looking.
I don't think so. Are you dead?
Luke, unfortunately, he is going to get in your face and be like, "You dead, kid?"
And at this point, Luke opens his eyes. And now Luke is going to actually shriek because, if nothing else, personal space, my guy.
He does float on back and recoils because, dear God, the screeching. Again with the loud screeching. My old ears. Oh, gods. You would think, in death, I would be allowed to have my hearing horn, but unfortunately that is not the case. Apparently, I no longer need that. I wish I did. I wish I did. You guys are real loud. I see you guys. What are you guys? What is this? What is this clothing? You look ridiculous, all of you.
Thanks.
God, I forgot we were wearing the.
What is this?
I forgot.
What kind of costume is this? It's not Halloween, is it? Last time I checked, it wasn't. It wasn't October, whatever. What are months?
Job requirements.
Job requirements?
Yeah,
What requires you to look humiliating? I'm embarrassed for you.
Thank you.
What is this? And he pulls on the bill on Jackie's head, and they, of course, do their best to smack his hands away, to no avail, because, of course, well, ghost.
Slappy Jackie.
Very much so, angry flipper flapping. And like a classic rubber hose tune does, the bill of their hat smacks against their face when he lets it go. Well,
behind everybody.
once again, if we are done screaming, may I actually ask you guys seriously, what are you doing here? Nobody has visited me in 24 years. Why now? And in such weird little costumes.
Cleaning? Mac's still a little slack-jawed.
Cleaning. What?
Somebody bought the town. we were hired to clean it up before they moved in, and Luke is kind of horribly embarrassed about the whole fainting and screaming bit now, so he's just sort of not looking at this ghost like, oh no.
Well, that's a little unfortunate. I don't understand why you're here, because this isn't part of the town. They don't have the deed. You can't buy this if you don't have the deed.
Oh, yeah. About that, you wouldn't happen to know where it is, would you?
Well, that would depend. What reason do I have to give it to you? If I did. I don't
Uh,
know a single one of you. How do I know that I can trust you?
Mac's gonna like shut the hell up about after that. Because that's a pretty fair point.
Let me give you a basic rundown, kids. And he kind of glances over to Jackie.
Oof.
This lighthouse is important. It's important to an old friend of mine. I'm not gonna just let anybody waltz in here, start messing around with it, disrespecting it, just because they want to have somebody who I don't even know is gonna keep the place for him if he ever comes back. And not just tear it down and build something else in its place. I saw what they did to the rest of the town. I don't want them doing that. I also don't want him coming in here and kicking me out. Like, this is my home, too. It ain't just his, it's mine, too. I mean, for God's sakes, I died here. I was 99.
Wait a second, did you grow illegal vegetables by any chance?
It's a stupid law! It's a stupid law! There's no reason why cabbages should be illegal. Whether or not they have been a little bit doctored or not.
Doctor!
If they start pulling up their roots and then chasing people, then I suspect that they could be considered dangerous and therefore illegal.
Alright, well, I didn't never do anything like that. I don't know what you're talking about with that. None of them ever did anything like that, I can promise you.
I should probably return these then. Then Mac's gonna take them out of his hammer space.
Disrespecting my
That's it.
cabbages?
My cabbages! Like, he's gonna hack up the 2 cabbages that he'd found.
What? You disrespected my cabbages!
I just found them, is all.
Disrespect! Disrespect on you! Disrespect on your family! Dishonor! He picks up the cabbages and starts throwing them.
Throwing them?
Yeah, throwing them at Mac.
No.
Like, that is more disrespectful than simply carrying them, sir.
You hush, you're young. You wouldn't understand. Just like the town didn't understand those damn goldfish.
Hey, what?
The goldfish are evil.
That would explain why I didn't find any in the fountain, but
Well, you didn't find
What
any in the
did the
fountain. You didn't find any in the fountain because they never actually put any in.
What?
because they're evil.
Yeah, I won that case. They're evil.
Oh. Okay.
I didn't win the cabbage
Sure.
case, but who cares? Screw my cabbages anyways. The stupid law.
Philleapo was like nodding along and agreeing with this ghost up until the goldfish. I see.
We got a one here, guys. We got a live one.
Yeah. It's like, you know.
I
that might-
understand now.
It's like, you know what? This guy might have a point, and it's like the goldfish are evil. Never mind.
And Mac thought they were pretty reasonable up until he started getting pelted with cabbages for returning them.
Yeah, getting a better look at this guy. He's got a really long beard. He's obviously like old as heck and lost a little bit more than a few of his marbles.
Man.
But very clearly he knows something about the deed. I'm not gonna make you roll an insight on that. But currently you don't know if he has it, if he's hidden it, or like if it's if it even still exists. So now is your time to start asking questions.
Do you still have that picture of the old penguin guy?
Jackie did put it in their hammer space. Let me see if I can have them pull it out. Yeah, they pull it out. They cough it up into their hand and just kind of hand it to you.
Didn't you say that this was your grandfather?
No, that's not my granddad. My granddad wasn't a penguin.
Sworn you said something about your grandfather. Was it the ship?
My grandfather told me about the ship. It's the half-sister ship to the one that I was aboard for, God, as long as I can remember.
I realize this is a delicate question, but was your grandfather the ship itself?
No. 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 No, 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 no. Oh,
Listen,
gods, no.
I don't.
They were the captain of the ship. He was the captain of the ship that I was pretty much raised on. So it kind of makes sense that he would know about the drifting cube, because that, in a sense, in a very loose sense, was kind of part of his fleet,
Ships.
quote unquote. They were, from what my grandfather told me, they were built by the same person. They kind of come as a set, but I don't know much outside of that. I am going to roll an insight for this guy. He's like, you look a lot younger than the person that I know. Also, tell me, kid, what's the name of that captain you were telling me about? Or telling them about? And Jackie looks at this guy. Doesn't really know what to feel, but they're gonna be honest and say Captain Dylan Mobile. And the ghost dude just kinda smiles, and then he starts cackling. Oh, this is great! You say that's your grandpa, huh? Oh, you got a surprise in store for you, kiddo. I'm not gonna spoil the surprise, but, well, this is excellent news for me. I will give you the conditions. If you want the deed to the lighthouse that badly, here are my conditions. The person who ends up getting this lighthouse has to let me stay. I'm not leaving this place at all. This is my home too, and I'm willing to share it, but you just gotta live with me. You gotta keep the charm of the place. If you want to renovate it, that's fine. Honestly, it's gross and moldy and all of that. I get it. It's gross. But keep the charm for the love of everything. You know, I don't like what they're doing with town. It looks more modern in a sense. It bothers me. Third condition, you know the yard with the cabbages. You already know my deal with the cabbages. You gotta keep growing the cabbages, man. Alright, I spent my entire life on those cabbages.
Did you get killed by cabbages?
I did not get killed by cabbages. The cabbages did not come to life, you kids. Wild imagination. Alright, if you want to know what was going on with cabbages, I was trying to make them more filling so that I could survive on only cabbages.
Oh.
I bet that's real great.
You don't have to keep going with the experiments to try and do that. Just keep growing cabbages. It's not. They look nice in the front yard. And also, they do taste good if you make them with dishes. You don't have to eat only cabbages. Just.
But they hurt.
Only if they're thrown at you when you disrespect them.
But I was just returning them, okay? He's.
Philleapo will actually, he's gonna cast Prestidigitation to clean them. And just, like, kinda hand them back, like, not that it'll do anything. I don't think there's anything wrong with them, but it's like, we're really sorry. Please don't do any ghosty things to our faces.
His face does light up, and he takes those and he puts them on a very dusty shelf, and he's just like, see, Philippe, this person gets it. This guy gets it. He gets it! He gets the respect of the cabbages.
Oh.
He has a cantrip and a healthy respect for living.
That's valid.
You know what? Things tend not to want to hurt you if you do nice things. He doesn't always succeed in doing the nice things, but...
Crying. Alright.
And Jackie takes a deep breath. He says, look, I don't know what my boss wants exactly with the it, and is anyone gonna stop them?
Luke is actually going to speak up real quick, like, if everyone is amenable, I can actually draw up a quick contract to the effect, and then the next owner can read it over and sign it, and we can negotiate properly. And he is staring at Jackie right now because, like, please don't get this guy ghosting on us.
They toss their flippers in the air, just like kind of frustratedly, and just fine. And they, you know, like a child, they fold their flippers and look away and pout.
Okay, no ghosts trying to kill us with cabbages. We're good now.
No ghosts trying to kill you with cabbages.
You survived. It was two small
Painful.
projectiles.
It was a good try.
Luke, I want you to roll me a persuasion.
Actually got that.
Unfortunately, while the guy does look swayed for a moment, he shakes his head really swiftly after a couple minutes, and he says, "Nope, I'm not doing any negotiating. I will not negotiate on these terms. Take it or leave it."
Unfortunately, we are not currently empowered to agree to these terms. We would have to fetch our employer.
Or
Also, come
or
on,
we
man.
could
You waited for. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
or we could just say that we couldn't find the deed, because I mean we haven't.
Yeah. We can't pay it if we can't find the deed, right?
Jackie
It's also an
shrugs.
option.
Jackie shrugs. They don't really know how Mar would react to this.
So, man, you waited. Turpin's like, you waited like 20 some odd years. You wait for a moment for a contract?
What?
Oh, Turpin's just like, you've waited for like over a couple decades. You can wait a moment for a contract?
It isn't so much the contract that I'm not willing to wait for, it's the fact that I don't want to negotiate the things that I've already like decided that I want in order to give this lighthouse to somebody else that's living. I have my own terms and conditions. I've lived here for I forgot how long.
Been deceased here. You have been deceased here. Unfortunately, I do not believe that squatters' rights apply to the deceased.
Oh, he
You
also
don't
lived here
bring it-
before he died.
Yeah.
Exactly. I lived here before I died too. And excuse you, and he gets up in your face and starts poking it a little bit, cause like, excuse you, Mr. Youngin. I have every right to be here. This is my home first and foremost, and you won't be able to find the deed without me.
You have been deceased for several decades. Unfortunately, you did not designate a legal heir for this location. By rights, the local government would be able to claim this. We would rather this go to a person who will not destroy it. Please, work with us. We are doing our best, sir.
Janitors, man.
Oh, but did you really check? Did you really check for any wills?
If we can't find it, then there's nothing filed. I'm sorry, you broke up there. I didn't hear that.
I said, also,
Yeah.
we're janitors. We're here to clean, not find wills. Like, I mean, technically we're like here to find wills, but this is not like what's like in our job description. I cannot stress enough how much we are not qualified to deal with this.
Just doing our jobs, man.
At this, Jackie pulls out a piece of paper. It pulls out the map again, but turns it over, and on the back there is, in fact, written in scrawled out handwriting, what seems to be the will of a crazed man, and they just show it to everybody. And they look so done with this.
You had it the whole time?
I didn't know that that was what this was, besides a map. I only just now thought to look on the back. Why does this not surprise me?
Philleapo's just gonna collapse on the floor. He's gonna take a nap. He needs a moment.
Why did you write your will on the back of the map? Why there of all places? Why not on the back of the incident report or something?
Cabbage.
Oh, yes, right, Cabbage guy.
Grateful it's not written on a cabbage.
Oh, that's a good idea. I wish I'd done that. If only I could live again and then do it all again just so I could write it on a cabbage. That would have been great. If anybody wants to roll an investigation on the,
If you guys hear screaming, one of the cats is just like wailing in the hallway. Like they're fine. They're just screaming.
Any chance I could argue for advantage, because this is literally what Luke did for a living. He did stuff like this.
yeah, go on ahead. I'm gonna
just
go.
wondering, 'cause it's like
I'm gonna go ahead and actually cut out the
course.
fight, by the way,
Of
guys.
course.
So you guys don't have to worry about that. We don't have time for it, unfortunately.
Okay.
beats up an old man.
I had that in the back of my mind the entire time. It's like, how could you hit a ghost?
Well, that wasn't gonna be the fight. It was gonna be something else.
That's
but
the cabbages.
no, it wasn't gonna be that either.
No.
Also dead set on Cabbages being alive.
All right. Well. Okay, well, in all honesty, I don't think anyone really gets it. Wait, hold on. Yes, somebody got a 12. Somebody got a 12. That's what we needed. Jesus Christ.
I also forgot to roll.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
How is everybody rolling an 11?
I don't know.
So, like,
Yeah, this is dice parser. Why?
like Philleapo just
It
like,
knows what it wants.
I literally was like, Phillippo's just on the floor. He's just like, he needs a moment. And then I forgot to actually, like, you know, do the D&D thing where you roll dice.
That is
Yeah, roll
entirely
the click,
valid.
clack math roll. Oh god!
Amazing.
1, 2,
The beat is
3,
just all 11.
4,
4
4 11s in a row, and a 9. 4 11s in a row.
It's not even any
Wait,
letters.
no, 5
Everyone's
5 11s and a 9. 5 11s and a 9, and then
God.
1 12. 5. Amazing. Fantastic. We all care so much.
I'm almost tempted to do another roll to see if it does another 11.
It won't have any effect no matter whether or not it goes up or down.
Oh, I figured.
But go ahead and roll just to see if you get another 11.
Just in case dice
Okay,
parser's
now,
bomb.
well-
Oh my god, it was originally 11. Dice parser.
What is going on?
Hang
Game's
on.
haunted.
Game's haunted. Game's
Oh, thank
haunted.
God.
Luke, with that wonderful, beautiful, delicious 12,
Hang on.
what you glean from this is, it's very hard to read. It is so hard to read. No wonder why no one's really getting it. But you managed to find out at least one name, and that is Judd, which is the last name of James. Problem
I mean,
is
is that this guy?
No.
or someone else?
No. This is the Cabbage guy. The Cabbage guy is frick. What? Gerald Lewis Moody. James Judd is the guy that you can assume is probably the original owner of the lighthouse with how he talks about his friend. And also the person who defended the ghost, Gerald, in court for growing, defended him in court for growing illegal cabbages. And apparently he seems to know Jackie, so there is some correlation there somewhere. I will also give you guys the fact that all of you are pretty much well aware that Jackie is married. Are you there?
Yeah,
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing a think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ollie.
Oh, does Jackie know that name?
Ow.
Okay, I heard a thud.
Don't worry, that was just me accidentally banging my finger against my desk. If you look at their face, they're kind of making a weird thinking face, like they're not sure exactly. They do sign that they remember their grandfather mentioning James Judd, but it wasn't very fond. So they don't know much about him. Other than that, their grandfather didn't seem to really like the guy and not want to talk about him outside of just bitching about him.
So where do we go from? Because we're all just kind of standing around staring at this paper, and this is Turpin saying it. He's just like, "What do you want us to do? We just came here to clean, man."
In his defense, we can't really clean the place if we don't have the deed, and we weren't here to clean it in the first place. We were here to clean the town and then get the deed for here, but outside of that,
Just checking, does this will indicate that the property would go to Judd or that Judd witnessed it?
the property would go to Judd.
And as far as we know, he's just not around. He's was on the ship that is trapped in ice.
I think it can be assumed that he is no longer on the ship that is trapped in ice, given that the incident report was in the coat that was in the closet in this house.
We might want to ask Ghost, like, know where he is.
Yeah, you guys at least know that he's not in that ship, but he's not around. And I'm gonna have this ghost do a think.
Doing a big think.
You know what? I think that's good enough.
The ghost has a -2 to think.
Do you know where the
Dawn? You cut out.
Hello? Are you guys still there?
I am.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
still here.
Dawn, you kind of cut out in the middle of the sentence.
Yeah.
Say what?
You cut out in the middle of the sentence. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Sorry, my internet's kind of going.
Oh, okay.
I was asking if Ghost Guy knew where Judd was, if he'd seen him recently.
Any thanks. Last I remember, he was packing his bags and taking one of his kids to, some other part of Anquel. If you look on the map there, you know that there's about, I want to say, 5 other lighthouses. I don't really know how many other nations or whatever are in Anquel, but there's one in each. That I left to him. To him and his family. So now you guys know that this guy basically left one lighthouse in every single one of the nations in Anquel to this guy, James Judd, and his family. And apparently he has a child.
Do you know what the kid's name was?
No, sorry, don't remember it. Kid was 5 years old. Yeah, I didn't really see him much. It was mostly his dad just visiting.
Him.
Mm-hmm. But I will tell you what. If I give you the deed to the lighthouse, will you go looking for him? Odds are he's in one of them. I don't know which one, and he certainly ain't in this one.
Sure. Totally.
Legally, there would have to be some sort of search in order to find him before ownership could transfer. But yes, that seems fair.
Sure, I guess.
Alright. You realize I'm taking a big leap of faith giving you this. He holds out his pinky, and I will make it a point to let you guys know this guy doesn't look like a penguin.
Does he look like a blue thing? A blue blob?
No.
That's what I was gonna say.
No, he does not. This guy just looks like a crazy old dog.
But he is a toon, right? So this is like.
Yeah, he's a toon.
Okay.
He holds out his pinky, though. It's an old bony ghost pinky from an old crazy dog toon. Do you take it?
Spectral. Turpin's like, hang on. Is this stuff normally works? You just get given a quest by some ghost in a lighthouse?
Do you want the deed or not?
I don't know.
Philleapo in his head, I just want to pay rent.
I mean,
Luke's gonna reach up and hook pinkies. Legally, someone was going to have to try and find the the legal recipient just because of the will, so might as well do it.
I mean, we're getting paid to find the deed, so we could just be paid overtime and
Yeah, right.
go
Overtime.
and find this.
Overtime. Okay, and then Turpin just slaps Scar's up there.
Alright.
Yeah.
Agreement
Alright.
sealed, everybody! Let me go and grab that deed for you. And he disappears upstairs before trying to come back downstairs with it, but when he phases through the roof/flooring of it, he looks at his hands and then he's just like, right, paper can't phase through floors. And he goes back up through the ceiling and then comes down with it with the stairs and hands you guys the deed to the lighthouse. But before he completely gives it to you, he says, my conditions still stand, but I trust you.
Thank you.
Alright, now get out, you guys are bothering me, kids. And if you look hard enough, he's obviously joking. But you guys are free to leave the lighthouse now. You have your deed.
Indeed.
Oh,
We need a good deed. Like, get
Boo.
that deed. We need it.
Boo.
Sorry. Okay, that's the last one.
Boo.
A friend in need is a friend indeed. Okay, that's the last one.
God.
Excellent. A+.
By the way, guys, as you guys are walking down, you see Jackie shiver.
Are you okay?
You okay?
You doing alright, boss?
That guy kind of kept looking at me. It was weird. Kind of like he knew me, but I don't know him.
He said that you looked like someone he knew. Maybe he knew another penguin?
I mean, I guess. But I don't know any
Maybe
other
he thought you were-
penguins. Yeah, and everybody make me a
Well, if you...
con check on the way down while we're talking.
Okay.
Oof.
Internally,
Yeah.
like, Turpin's having a meltdown, like, did you understand?
I'm actually gonna make
These context, man.
I'm gonna make Jackie's at disadvantage, cause oh boy, yeah, that makes sense.
Cool.
None of us are doing great.
6, 7, 8. Ah,
It's been a
despite
long,
not
long day.
even having a fight.
It's been a long
They had
day.
all been up. Wait. And if it had all been 11s again, I would have lost it.
I mean, for us, it was like mostly 8s. 8s and 6s and 7s and a 5. We got a 5, a 6, a 7, and 2 8s.
If only one of them would have been a 9.
uh,
I'm a 9, 7, 8 it.
and 6 just watched from afar. That whole ordeal did kind of make Ajaxx rather uncomfortable. That much is very apparent.
If that ghost tries to haunt you, we'll kick its ass.
I appreciate
we'll
it.
win, but I mean, I don't think we'll win, but I'll definitely try to kick its ass.
I mean, I could buy some salt.
Throw it in a tornado.
You guys are alright.
Fish at it.
They actually laugh at that. You guys are cool. And like you imagine that is the noise that they would be making as they stop and they look at the van and they see Mar standing there.
Mac's gonna like lean in close to the group and go, "Oh, yeah, what are we gonna tell her?"
Find anything?
Okay, so we're lying. All right.
Yes, this'll probably go great.
Oh, this will go
What are we
swimmingly.
gonna say? That we met a ghost? That we got put on a quest?
I don't know. I don't know what you tell her. This isn't normal. This has not been normal. That lighthouse was not normal. Like
If you want, I'll tell her that we didn't find anything.
mm,
You know,
and maybe we can
just so you
confuse
don't
her.
have to.
You know what? No, I can't put that on you newbies. They straighten their back and they march very militantly, might I add, towards Mar. And when Mar gives her very enthusiastic but also surprisingly tired hello, they try to explain the situation. And I am going to roll a deception. If any of you want to help them roll this deception, you are free to.
Absolutely.
Why not?
Okay, well, that.
Oh,
Uh,
I'm glad Mac
Boy,
decided to do it.
So we
I
got
have
a
no
nat
idea
20.
who did what where.
All right. So I think collectively we at the very least got an 18 with that. I'm going to be generous. And let me see what is I think Ajaxx covers Turpin's mouth because they can reach Turpin. Or whatever.
Turpin has a mouth, so they just slap the eyeball.
Whatever will get him to stop talking.
I mean, it worked.
Alright.
Ow.
Oh, and she doesn't know a thing. She's like, alright, guys. I love you all to death. But let's just go home. Like, you didn't find the deed. I didn't think you were going to. I honestly think the general's just crazy and that there is no deed, or he's just hiding it or something and doesn't want people pecking with it. I don't care about the deed anymore. You guys get your bonus. You at least tried. Let's just go home. Who wants shotgun?
Good.
Jackie is.
Turpin just.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh, Turpin was just gonna take one for the team and like look at the others. He's sacrificing himself. Remember me fondly.
We salute your
We salute you, good
your
sir.
sacrifice.
The bravest student I've ever
Jackie.
seen.
The bravest. Jackie is once again trying to not go towards the van at all, and I am going to roll a perception for her. Mar? Mar. Alright, hold on. Well, okay. Alright. Yeah, well, okay. If you guys want to see where Jackie went, go ahead and roll me a perception. And if you want to try to convince them, to join you in the suffering, then go ahead and say something, and if it's all right. All right, the majority. Okay.
Turpin's already like accepted his death in the shotgun seat.
All right, all of you witness Jackie doing their best to sneak. They're not really good at it. They're like you can hear the clicking of their talons, but Mar doesn't seem to notice for some weird reason. As they're trying to sneak off, does anybody try and convince them to come back and suffer with you guys?
Oh,
Nah.
one of us should be free.
Yeah.
All right.
Be free.
Get your bonus.
Get up.
Enjoy life for us. Live for us.
I can't believe that Jackie actually got away with it. They snuck off. They're gonna use their shortcut.
Philleapo does actually whisper like, "Live for us."
They turn back and they just kind of like do an awkward wave. It's like, bye, I'm sorry. Not really, but I'm sorry.
Bye.
Good luck,
Where are they
everybody
going?
else.
Luke just awkwardly mouths, "Run."
As soon as Mars in the truck, they start booking it to wherever they're. Like, you don't know where, but they're gone. They're gone. Their tiny little legs, they move 20 feet per round. They're gone.
Amazing.
Can't believe
Turpin's
they-
like a darker shade of gray. Like, okay.
Good luck, everybody else. Bye. And now we have that scene. Little montage.
Oh god.
Poetic.
Yeah, it's a very
Lord.
tired drive back, and Mar isn't really talking.
Lucky.
But the music is still blaring, unfortunately.
Turpin's legs don't even reach the floor because he's like 3'9", so he's just kind of swinging his feet. Like, alright.
And as soon as you guys get back, Mar is gonna unload everything, but you guys are free to go inside and hop in the showers if you want.
As soon as Philleapo gets feeling back in his legs, he will do that.
When you guys go into the showers, I will let you guys know. It is kind of like a sauna slash spa slash bathhouse. Like, you guys are pampered when it comes to being able to be clean. Like, it's fancy as heck in there. The
Gee.
water is warm. There is nice heckin' tile. Everything is sparkly and clean. Like, you can relax. If you go into a bath, they have freaking jets.
Oh,
Y'all got your bathrooms decked out in this office. You are basically kings.
Nice.
And
I like to think they're all just.
go ahead.
I said I like to think they're all just sitting in a bathtub, or like in their spa chairs with like little cucumbers over their eyes.
It's what you guys deserve.
Yes. After the
Lucky
day,
room.
Go on ahead.
Fish smell off.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, no, you guys absolutely get the smell off. Whatever your preferred, like, nice, pretty, flowery kind of scent would be, that is what you now smell like, and you are completely clean, and you are heckin' relaxed as heck. Yep, those are words. Like, this is probably the most relaxed after a long days of hard work you've ever been.
God.
When you guys all get out though and you meet, you don't see Jackie anywhere.
Jackie went home.
Hmm. Mac, if you want to know where Jackie is, I want you to roll me an intelligence check. Just a straight intelligence check.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, you have been
He's just-
training. Roll me that with advantage because you have been training under them for a while.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's an 8. um, so you remember that they have the night shift. It's currently afternoon. But that's about all you guys remember, or that's about all you remember. You don't remember if they had work the night before, or if they have work later tonight at all. If you guys want to go looking for them, you are free to.
Yeah.
Atomic, you do know though that they should still be here, because you kind of know their routine.
So would that be investigation?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we go check the locker, see if they've still got their stuff there?
Yeah, you can check their locker.
Ooh.
Look at these rolls.
Ooh boy.
These endgame rolls, oh my god.
Good lord.
Hey, another 11.
Alright, that 11 is actually pretty good. And there's a 16 for Terp.
Oh.
Alright.
God.
Luke, you notice that, they still have a duffel bag, outside of their locker on one of the, benches. It's closed, but it hasn't been moved in or out of the locker. It's just sitting there on the bench. So it is safe to assume that they are still here. Turpin, you actually find the schedule. And when you look for their name, you see their name having been on last night's shift. And they are also going to be starting another shift in about 3 hours.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Split up
Yeah,
and look
Turpin's
for
just more
clues.
worried now.
Yeah.
That's concerning.
Mm-hmm.
So do you guys want to ask around? Because there are still people here. There's some people coming in for their next shift. Some people going out. Some people on a lunch break, quote unquote. You know, it's half of their shift done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't believe Ollie's packing
definitely. Oh no.
All right.
Just
So
going through it today.
Sometimes I can still hear their voice.
um,
3 times in a row, baby.
so
I'm gonna
you
draw
guys
revenge against you.
actually, roll me a perception check if you want to ask a person to see who might know, who looks to have been here much longer time. Oh, that is a beautiful roll from Mac. And that makes sense because there are more newbies that Mac would have been trained with uh, outside
Are
of
you
the
kidding me?
one-on-ones. Okay. Well, Mac is the only one who gets it. You see a familiar kind of um, hmm, an otter tune.
Right. Mac's
Um,
gonna.
go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, go on ahead.
Oh, okay. I think Mac's gonna work up the courage to go and ask if they've seen um Jackie around.
Um, so this guy's name is um, Darren. And Darren was one of the other trainees or trainers that did a one-on-one with one of the newbie buddies from when you joined. And he looks at you. Did you want to roleplay asking that, or do you want me to just like have him point you to the direction?
Uh, hey, is it Darren? Right, it's Darren.
Yeah, Darren, how you doing, kid?
Hey, I'm doing fine right now. I was just wondering, um, see, we were looking for Jackie, if you'd seen them around,
Mm,
because I think they're still here.
yeah, no, they're still here. They got out of the shower not even a couple 20 minutes ago. Uh, odds are they did what they normally do. They took a quick shower and went up to the nap room before their next shift.
Oh, right. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry to, yeah, thanks. And
Yeah, no
Mac's
problem.
gonna quickly move away.
If you don't find them there, then they're probably being annoyed by Mar in her office. Either that or they're getting food from the vending machine. I don't know why it is that
Uh,
they're so amazed with that vending machine. It's old and it's dinky and it needs to be replaced. But I'd check there first. Nap room's always a good place.
Mac's gonna go, okay, thank you, bye.
Yeah,
Social anxiety noodle.
it's valid and like Darren's chatty. Not that chatty, but pretty chatty. All right, so do you guys follow Mac?
Yeah.
All right, when you
Of
get
course
in
it'll be
there,
the nap room.
there is a lot of really cool rooms in this place that is meant for like employee enrichment.
He's got to tolerate the uniform.
Yeah, you just gotta tolerate the uniform and the
Mm-hmm.
really difficult work. When you get in there, it's not necessarily dark. The light is still, kind of bright, but not that bright. But there's also a lot of like, um, canopies and things like that, and little places where people can hide. And there are a lot of bean bags or like soft things for people to lay on. If you want to look for Jackie, though, go ahead and make me a investigation check. Ooh.
Investigate.
Once more, I get an 8.
I want to hug Luke. He gets
Jesus.
nothing but like low rolls.
Philleapo gets
He's
a
just having
nat
a bad
20!
time.
Philleapo, with that nat 20, you definitely beat the DC of 19 and you spot a little blue talon. Kinda just chilling out from under like a really kind of small looking tent-ish thing. It doesn't actually look like a tent. It's hanging from the ceiling. And but it's still low to the ground. Looks like a blanket was just like tied to a string and hung really low to the ground. They're kind of just chilling in that, under that, on a really, really plush blanket or pillow or whatever. You see their talon, just a single talon.
Yeah. He does like the like the Spider-Man pop, like ah, but he doesn't. Just not out loud, like the. He's like, after finding nothing, like for so long, for so many levels, like.
All right. You guys found Jackie, but they all except for one of their talons is covered. Do you kind of like uncover them or do you leave it be? Because you don't know if they're sleeping. They could still be awake.
Let's leave them be. We can't exactly tell them to take a break.
Yeah. That is a good point.
Yeah, with all their shifts.
Because that will end the game.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
We did.
We solved the janitorial puzzle.
Actually,
We
before
found the
I
sleepy Jackie.
before I stop the recording, do you guys also want to take a nap? Because you have that option.
Oh,
Oh,
definitely.
Oh yeah.
Oh, like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Done.
So how do you guys like? What do you guys choose to take a nap on, and like, how do you guys sleep?
There's
Could
like
we
a
do a sleep
beanbag
pile
chair.
around
Luke is gonna sit on
Jackie?
that.
Valid. And if the rest of you guys want to do a kind of sleep pile, go for it.
If there's a sleep pile, Turpin just kind of T-poses dead asleep.
Actually, what, Frosty, like, what time, like game-wise, is it, like, for them? Like,
it is about late afternoon.
okay. He kind of, like, okay, he does the mental math for that, and he's like, okay, yeah, I got an hour. And then he just, like, flops into bed.
Aw,
It's like, yeah, I got time.
that's valid.
Because he has things he's got to do that can't wait. But he's got time. Like, and he really needs this.
Heckin' valid.
It is definitely break time.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.